Welcome back to Maggie and Perloff, and again, another guest who just tortured my Buffalo Bills. Another guest who we have to talk about their excellent performance in the postseason. No, we're happy to. T. Higgins is here from the Cincinnati Bengals on behalf of Old Spice. Perloff trying to impress him with his wide receiver gloves on. T, how would you describe this season for you?
I feel like it went pretty good. Obviously, not the ending that we wanted, but I feel like I had a pretty good season.
Pretty good. Yeah, I think you were great this season. I mean, what did it feel like, and how different was it from years past?
Yeah, just felt good. Being on the winning side, winning those I think it was 10, 11 straight, and that's hard to do it in the league, and for us to be able to do that this year was really cool to see, and it felt good to do.
I was wearing the gloves because you're used to being with Jamar Chase, and you're probably more comfortable around an excellent wide receiver. Could I be your number two? Or
hey, man, as long as you can catch it.
Yeah.
Are we sure you can catch the ball? We know you can dress like you can catch the ball.
So in Cincinnati, it's funny because I think you can make a great argument. You have two number one receivers with you and Jamar Chase. I don't know if you ever think about that. How do you view yourself in terms of a number one or a number two?
Yeah, obviously I view myself as a number one.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I got Chase on the other side. We complement each other, and I feel like that's how we go about it. Then we got TB right there at the number 3, and he's a great guy, great vet that helps me and Chase out when we need help. So.
Yeah, Boyd is excellent as well. T. Higgins is our guest. Now, you're going into the last year of your rookie deal. You're not a free agent, but there's been some talk about your future. If you could plan this out perfectly, how do you hope this offseason goes?
And I love Cincinnati. I love being in the city. I love the fans there, and I love everything that's going forward for this organization. So I would love being in Cincinnati for a long time.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I'm totally down with it. I mean, you guys got something special going. How much does Joe Burrow factor into that?
A lot. Just playing with him is unbelievable. When I first got there, I didn't think that we was going to be this good so fast. I thought we was going to have to build up to it, and me and Joe, we knew that. And when we came in, he told me, he said, we can build something special here. And then that very next year we drafted Chase, and obviously we went on that Super Bowl run, and I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly what he was talking about.
Okay, settle something for us, because he gets a lot of praise for how cool he dresses, but then Jamar said that he's actually his personal stylist, and that in real life Joe Burrow's dressing in like khaki pants, looks like a soccer dad.
Looks like me.
Yeah, right.
Chase,
sad dad.
Chase definitely get Joe right. I've seen him buy clothes for Joe multiple times, and we're just trying to get him to step it up a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Build this thing brick by brick. T. Higgins is our guest on behalf of Old Spice Swagger. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the AFC Championship game. Do you want to unpack that? I mean, I can't imagine how you guys must have felt. On the outside, a lot of people were talking about officiating and then the end of the game. But what were you guys talking about in the locker room about why that went south?
At the end of the day, you can talk about officiating, but I mean, us players don't want to, for real. Because it's other stuff we could have did within the game to make it not come down to what it did. You know what I'm saying? Then obviously the play at the end to put them in more of a field goal range was obviously not something that we wanted to do. Joe didn't mean that. He was just trying to make a football play at the end of the day.
At the end,
But they played great over there. They was able to finish, and we just wasn't able to finish at the end of the day.
I think that Mahomes' ankle, weirdly, I don't think it's going to be a factor. He played on it 4 days later against you guys. He was limping at the end.
He looked normal to me when he was playing, and he had a hell of a game. So
I'm an Eagles fan. I don't want to hear that. You ever have a high ankle sprain or an injury
I've definitely had one before, and it's hard to play on it. And I'm really shocked that he did. And hats off to him to going out there and getting it done.
You have to cut. I mean, that must be really hard.
I mean, quarterback, you got to drop back, and and the pocket's getting collapsed. You got to move around, and he was able to do that, which is crazy to see.
So we've had a few big time receivers here. We had Garrett Wilson yesterday and Justin Jefferson today, and they were arguing. Garrett said Ohio State is wide receiver U. Justin Jefferson clearly said LSU. And then I saw DeAndre Hopkins walking around. So which is it? Clemson is in the mix, right?
I'm definitely going Clemson. You know,
Of course.
We had a feeling.
obviously, you got me, Hop, Sammy Watkins, Martavius Bryant when he was in the league.
Yep.
Um,
Don't forget.
Mike Williams, Ray McLeod's in the league.
The guy who caught a
Hunter
catch to win a
Renfrow.
championship. Yeah,
Hunter
don't
Renfrow.
forget him.
I can keep going. Amari Rodgers. I can keep going on and on.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's funny how these schools, what's it like to go from college where you have so much talent in the room to the pros, and you join a guy like Chase. It must be a good competition.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We competed with everything, whether it be practice, games, how many catches, how many yards, how many touchdowns. We compete every single day just to make each other better.
What about celebrations? You guys?
Oh, yeah,
compete on
we definitely come up with celebrations. The guy that really comes up with it is Joe Mix. He's the dancing king in the locker room. So
When he took the coin out and
that
then
was
kicked
good.
it
yeah.
into the stands, we all saw that one for sure. T. Higgins, just a few more minutes with you. On behalf of Old Spice Swagger, deodorants, body washes, everything. Trevor Lawrence, one of your college teammates, obviously. It was almost like that rookie year, didn't happen, and then we got to see the real Trevor Lawrence this year. Would you agree?
yeah, I agree. Obviously he didn't have the rookie year that he wanted, but this last year, I seen Trevor, play his game. He had finally got some weapons, and he just been distributing the ball like I know he can.
All right, who's got more swagger, Trevor or Joe Burrow?
Ooh, tough.
I'm gonna have to go Joe, because Joe, he like the style a little bit. Trevor more of just a suit guy,
He's got
business.
that hair though.
I know.
But at the same time, Joe likes to wear his suits, but on Joe's suits he like the designs and stuff like that. So, and then he got the glasses. So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Joe Burrow on that one.
T, you really use Old Spice? You love
yeah,
it?
every single day.
Yeah.
It always keep me fresh. Before games, before practice, after games. I like to just throw it on and feel good.
One last one for you, a little bit more serious. You had a concussion this year. League came out and said that concussions were up 18%. Did you notice a difference in the protocols from years past, and were they a little bit more intense or something?
Yeah. The protocols are definitely more intense. You gotta check in every single day, go through a checklist, just to make sure everything's okay and make sure you're not getting none of those symptoms. So it's definitely a lot. But once you get past it and you pass the test, you're all good.
We saw Tua this year, get several concussions. You've been through it yourself. Is it, crazy to think after having multiple in a season that he's gonna be back to normal?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
He'll be back to normal. Hopefully nothing too serious. But obviously 2 concussions in one season is crazy. And because one is enough. Honestly, and just seeing him have 2, especially how they was, versus us, and then versus the first one he had was, is pretty serious. So,
T. Higgins, can't tell you how much we appreciate this. On behalf of Old Spice Swagger, deodorants and body washes, Old Spice Swagger gives you the confidence to perform under the spotlight with 24/7 long-lasting freshness.
appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, T.
Good luck this offseason. Keeping
Thank
an eye on that. T. Higgins from the Cincinnati Bengals. More Maggie and Perloff after this from Radio Row in Phoenix, Arizona.